Hello family, my name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, and there's a foul stench coming in on frigid air, as today I take on the second vignette for Final Girl from Series 2, the last thing I really need to do for Series 2, and that is get my undead battling skills ready as I take on hordes of zombies in Terror from the Grave. Now, the way that the vignette works is that this is pretty much just a killer. Well, it's really minions. It's a bunch of little minions in there that form a stronger entity that is considered a killer for the purpose of the game. It doesn't have a location on it. So I asked you guys out there which one of a few locations that I chose that you would want to see me battle zombies in, and you guys want ice zombies, which makes perfectly good sense to me, as it is the holiday season. You want it all freezing and cold and snowy and things along that ways. I didn't put Santa's Workshop on there. I think zombie elves is probably something for another day. But for this one, it worked out very well, as you guys want me to head back to station 2891, which, let me tell you, I understand why you guys wanted this now, or at least a lot of you, because the actual rules for Terrors from the Grave is kind of changed around a bit with 2891, strictly because a lot of the zombies spawn on exit points on the map. This only has one exit point, so it's a bit of a rule change of sorts, I guess you can say, to where things come in and where you need to funnel stuff in from and things along that ways. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. In any case, it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, in addition to the new enemies that you get within this vignette, you also get a new Final Girl, Patsy. This is her mini that came within the cast and crew box, which is part of Series 2. However, I will not be using her for this playthrough, as you probably saw already from the thumbnail and the title. I will be using Constance, who is a character from the Dark Quarter, which is another game that Van Ryder Games, I believe Lucky Duck Games as well, kind of co-worked together in order to put out on Kickstarter a while ago. And it's this huge, like dungeon crawly style, gothic horror game that uses an app in order to move along and tell a story and everything. It looks really, really cool. I haven't got a chance to play it at all yet, but it did look really cool from what I saw and everything. And there are two characters that appear within a promo set for Final Girl, Constance, and I forget who the other one is, but she's up on the screen right now so you can see who she is as well. Julia. I felt bad not knowing, so I wanted just to grab the card to look anyway. She also only needs one victim in order to save to flip her to her ultimate, but her ultimate also flips her back. It's kind of a thematic thing for her character as well. There are two other promos as well. Layla and Agnes, probably the oldest Final Girl so far. Unless you count Mrs. Claus, which I guess technically would be older than Agnes, technically. Both of them are really cool. They have their own unique things to them as well. They kind of more play off of the other stuff that you would get within like the box of props and things like that from other Final Girl things. But I wanted to try Constance out because I think she looks really cool. She has a really nice spread of abilities to her, and her ultimate is awesome as well. Hopefully we'll be able to unlock this throughout the course of our game within Station 2891, fighting frozen zombies. With that said, let's grab a parka and an axe, which actually sounds like making for a killer already. Get ourselves all warmed up and prepare for battle as we take on hordes of undead in a frozen wonderland, where the frost isn't the only thing we have to worry about biting us. Ready? Let's go. Constance versus Terror from the Grave zombies in Station 2891. Zombie, the zombie, they're gonna bite your face right off. Arrgh! Welcome to Station 2891 once again. This time, however, instead of going up against some crazy shape-shifting organism, we're gonna have a ton of zombies just kind of plop themselves around the station, coming up from the snow, trying to infiltrate the base and just turn everyone into Walking Dead for the most part. So, the way that these work, these little vignettes, so this is all from Terror from the Grave, as mentioned before, everything is actually found within this little box right here, with the exception of a location. You're still going to need the core set in order to play this. You're still going to need at least any feature film in order to play this, because all this gives you is the final girl, which was mentioned before, the enemies for the zombies as minions and killers of sorts. I'll explain that as we go along. And then, of course, all the cards and everything that are associated with it and tokens as well. As far as the minis go and everything, you're going to have to find those on the Van Ryder website in order to get yourself any of the zombie, zombie characters, the zombie horde, stuff along that ways that I will also be talking about as I go through this. As far as how Station 2891 goes, I'm not going to go into super detail with this as I did that with my organism playthrough, but always go back and check out your manual and everything in case you forget something. It's only literally the back of a page, so it's very easy. But generally speaking, if you're outside, you may come across something in the Terror deck that shows Frostbite, where you would throw a Frostbite token on something. If you come across Frostbite again, whoever has Frostbite tokens on them takes 1 damage, immediately killing victims, doing damage to enemies, which could actually be very advantageous here, and hurting your final girl. In addition to that, as far as getting everyone out, there is only 1 exit space right here at the heliport. You can bring 3, at most you can bring 3 victims here, load 3 into the helicopter, and then the helicopter flies away. I have a sideboard over to the side that'll show you moving the helicopter to and from. Once it reaches the airport, it drops off all 3 and they go to your card. Once that happens, you then have to get the helicopter back here in order to save more people. So it's a bit of a stretch in order to get them to and from. But, it works regardless, and it's great thematically for this as well. There is a vehicle as well that you can drive within here, but it's different because we're using the Terror from the Grave vignette, which we might as well go ahead and just start talking about our zombies. So within that vignette box, you're going to have these 2 cards. This makes up your Bloodlust Tracker, and this is actually rather important because it always shows you how much power, movement, and health each of the zombies have, which is always 1/1/1. So they'll always move 1 space. They have 1 health and they do 1 attack each. Each zombie will do 1 attack. So if you're in a space with multiple zombies, each zombie will hit 1 target for their attack. The Bloodlust meter up here shows how much damage and movement a horde has. A horde of zombies is 3 or more zombies in a single space at the end of the killer phase. If you can get into a spot and kill zombies before the end of the killer phase, then you'll be able to prevent the horde from happening. That's actually one of the 2 lose conditions, which I'll mention in a moment. In addition, you got to watch this little thing right here because this is your zombie spawning track. As the bloodlust goes up, more zombies are going to spawn when they get their turn, which is going to be basically during the minion phase. So zombies are considered minions, hordes are considered killers. That's kind of how the designation works here. And then the dark power will be revealed once the first horde actually gets put onto the field. So I'm going to just set these up right now. There are 3 finales that you could either choose from or shuffle in randomly. So whatever this one is the one we have for that. And then the dark power as well is the same thing. We're just going to kind of shuffle this out and everything. We'll do this. And then we're going to take one of our hordes and pop them right here. Now, the thing is that it's the minion, or I should say the mini I got, the horde mini that shows a bunch of zombies together. And then this ring around it. The ring is actually represented by these type of little blocks or whatever that you're going to find within the core set. If you have the core set, you have these. This is how I'm going to be able to track the horde's health. The horde has 1 health for every zombie within the horde. Whenever a new zombie joins the horde, which will happen when they kill somebody, it increases its health by 1. In addition to that, whenever the tracker gets to the top and bounces it down, every horde would then gain a health. Hordes can have an unlimited amount of zombies and an unlimited amount of health, so you just got to really be careful with them as you go through them. This is going to actually probably sit right down here, and should another horde go in, I have another horde here that has a ring around it to represent that one for there's diamonds, and then we have the moon one as well. One of the 2 lose conditions is if you go to place a 4th horde and you cannot, then you immediately lose. You've been overrun, and that is it. You can't get away. The initial lose condition, of course, if you die. But how do you win against a legion of undead? You kill them all. Basically, as soon as the last zombie and the last horde have been defeated, the game immediately ends and you are victorious. Now, what we need to do is I got to do the setup now because that is going to determine where some of the zombies actually start. So if I shuffle these setup and we flip, we have R and R. So that's going to be where everyone is placed. Now, let's just do this right now. There's one here, here, here. We got one person in this hallway. We got one person in this hallway, which is always really annoying. I mean, again, I'm using those, there's the moon and the triangle here that shows how many people are in the hallway, but I'm just gonna kind of leave them here and work from there. We have one person in the lab. We got two outside. We got three outside. Oh man, I hate it when people are outside. Oh no. And then two more over here. At least they're pretty close to the helicopter in this area. You got to run them in. I'm not playing as Patsy, who is the final girl that you would get within the Terror from the Grave vignette, but I am playing as Constance. She does not have a mini, but Patsy is going to be the mini that represent her. Remember, Constance is from the Dark Quarter as a special promo final girl that you got through, well, it came through the Kickstarter, but I'm pretty sure you can still get it on the website. She will happen to start in the rec room. Okay, now zombies need to spawn. Normally, I wouldn't have to do all of this because the way that zombies normally would spawn would be every one of your exit points. There's 3 exit points on every map, well, mostly every map except for this one. You would place one zombie on each one of the exit map and then a 4th zombie on whatever the exit square is that's furthest away from the final girl. What we have here is a situation that only has 1 exit point right here. 4 zombies are still going to spawn. 1 is going to be on this spot. 2 are actually going to be in this room right here, which is where the killer would spawn. And then you would put a 4th one in a spot of my choosing. That is one of the, the supply spots or whatever, where you'd be able to grab items. I am going to place this one. I'm actually going to place this one in this supply closet way back over here. So yeah, we got 3 zombies already within the station. So hence the virus starting here. And then 1 made its way out to the heliport. Next, we have these vehicle tokens down here. Every map in the game does have some type of vehicle associated with it. So what you need to do is take these vehicles, flip them face down, kind of shuffle them up and away, because there's one here that has a special icon on it. And what you're normally supposed to do is place them into, again, like the zombies, each one of them in an exit space, and then the 4th one would go in the space furthest from the final girl. However, I'm going to take one, put it in the exit space right here, and then the other 3 are going to go into spots that would be most thematic. So this is actually the ski dozer. So it's a massive machine. It obviously can only go outside. So these 3 are going to go into one of these 4 spots here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this spot, and this spot. We're going to roll ourselves a dice, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for this first one, which happens to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll go there. The second one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, all right. So this one is here, and this one is here. What's interesting and unique about this is that once the final girl moves into a space with a vehicle token, you flip it over and see if the vehicle is there. If it is, congratulations, you have found the vehicle for the spot. You could take the little meeple or mini or token or whatever you have, put it in that spot, and then you get to grab the unique card for the map that we're playing that's associated with that particular vehicle. And again, this actually comes with a whole bunch of stuff. I have the gurney, I have the raft, scooter, super loader, police car, golf cart, cable cars, helicopter, and motorboat. Yes, there is a helicopter here for this one, but this is actually for Creech Manor. It's not for, for this spot, even though there is a helicopter in 2891. Now, the interesting thing here as well, if you look at the helicopter, there's this little symbol right here. It looks like a wheel. This is actually the symbol we're looking for that's on the other side of those tokens. If you have a card, say you're playing Creech Manor, so that would be here. Once you have discovered the token with that symbol on it, you immediately gain all of the action cards associated for that vehicle into your hand immediately. It'll then be recycled back into the Tableau later so you can buy them. If it has, the card that you're playing has that symbol on it, you can play it anywhere, which means that the vehicle has a pilot. Someone else is driving it. The ski dozer, unfortunately, we would need to be in the same spot as the dozer in order to play this card. It would then basically be us in the vehicle driving it from point to point, doing whatever we got to do. This is a zombie killing machine because it's just going to mow them down, which is actually very interesting because this doesn't kill any victims. I guess they're smart enough to get out of the way. Whereas like the helicopter will kill victims and a few other ones will like kill victims as well. in addition to zombies. So you definitely want to utilize your vehicles as much as you can in order to do as much damage, but you also have to stay thematically with it because the ski dozer can only ride around outside. While I'm over here, I might as well just point out the Fly Faster card as well. This is, of course, unique for Station 2891. You can purchase this for 1 and then roll it in order to move the helicopter faster. You're just moving in 2 spaces or 1 spaces for the sake of time. Let's see. Or if you completely miss, you can lose 2 time and try again, which is really cool. It gives you an extra shot at it. So I just want to show those are our 2 cards here. I don't have any signature actions or anything along that way. It's plenty of new cards and plenty of ways in order to try to stop the zombies from advancing. Few other things about zombies before we continue. Number 1, zombies are slow. They're very, very slow, meaning that on their minion turn, they will move 1 space close to the closest victim. If they're in a position where there are no victims adjacent, so say these 2 people were here, all right? This zombie would need to move. There are no victims in either one of these spots, but it's still going to move. It's not going to target this spot because it has most people in it. If there are no immediate like victims or whatever within adjacent spaces, then this zombie panics. So you would roll your dice, and in this case, a 1, 2, 3 will move there, and a 4, 5, 6 will move the other way. If you're in a spot where there's nothing and the zombie doesn't move, then it's possible that the zombie may not move because it doesn't smell any victims close to it and whatever like that. When it moves into a space, it doesn't immediately kill either. It just moves into that space. Again, the thing you got to remember is that if you have 3 or more zombies in a single space at the end of the killer's phase, they become the horde. In addition to that, if you look up here, you'll have a symbol on the bottom of the card, on the very end of the card, I should say, this like biohazard symbol. That is your spawning symbol. They come in from the exit. They're supposed to come in from whatever one has the least amount of zombies in it, but for Station 2891, it's actually really easy. They will always spawn in from here, and they'll spawn in however many number it is on the Bloodlust track from 1 all the way up to 2. So yes, 2 zombies very well could pop into our map right here if that gets too high. If a zombie kills a victim, the victim immediately, so say this zombie was in this spot right here, ate that victim, this victim would immediately become a zombie, of course. This would then be considered, dead, undead, and the bloodlust meter would go up as normal. So you don't want the zombies getting too many snacks under their plate, or onto their plate, because then you're just going to be overrun like crazy. And that's really it as far as the zombies goes. The starting horror level is at 4, and then we just kind of run along and flip the cards over and go from there. The second the first horde comes into play, the dark power flips, and of course, once we are done with our 10 cards here, which I'll flip down in a moment, then the finale flips and we do our best to survive everything. Just one last thing about Constance. She has a health of 5. What is that? Heart. She basically gives you a little bit of everything. You can put a victim here to give you a health back, 2 time, moving a space, taking an action card that's worth 2 or less, and you can take the top card of the item deck, which is fantastic. Kind of another reason I like that. Her special, her ultimate is fantastic. If I can get that, then I think we have a really good shot of winning this. All right, let's go ahead and do some setup. I'm going to take these out of the way, and we're going to give Constance her final health. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of 6, we go down to the bottom row. We roll here. That is a 3, so this is going to go here. All of these come off the board. All right, grabbing my terror cards. We give them just one last quick shuffle. We have all of the Terror from the Grave cards mixed in here, along with Station 2891. There's a lot of duplicates in Terror from the Grave, but some of them are really bad. Like, they'll just continuously be spawning zombies, so you just got to watch out for that as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There is our timer till the end. As far as the item deck goes, I do highly recommend you taking out the card that would spawn whatever vehicle is in here on it, because the rules even say that if you happen to flip this over while you're looking through your items, you just replace it with one of them from out of the game. Just don't even worry about it. Just find it in the deck, take it out, shuffle up your deck, and then create your item decks as normal, which again, this is a simple one because it's the same thing for most of the other maps, or at least the standard one, where it's 3 face down and then 1 face up. So we have the supply closet, we have the tool shed, and the commander's hut. So that's 2 on each of these, number 3 on each of these, and now here we go. Ready? First one we have, hey, a puppy friend. We love it. This is Char, the Alaskan Malamute. When an enemy enters your space, deal damage to it. The next time you take damage, ignore it and discard this card. Oh my God, that's gonna be amazing. This ally is not considered in your backpack, but the card may be kept there. Oh my goodness. Oh, I need you. Oh, that's amazing, because if an enemy enters my space, zombies are gonna be shambling all over the place. We got roller skates. Resolving movement, do not count hallways as spaces. Move one fewer spaces when starting your movement outdoors. Great. Also not considered in your backpack, but it may be kept there. So 2 great items that aren't in your backpack, but are in your backpack. And an old revolver. The old revolver may only modify the weak attack card, giving it an extra attack boost, one-handed from a range of 1. When it comes to dealing damage, I just want to remind you that the minions are the zombies, the horde are the killers, and need to be treated as separate entities. So, if I have the old revolver and fire into this spot, I can take 2 shots and destroy both zombies, because the old revolver would be minimum 2 damage, one from the revolver and with the weak attack, and I can actually distribute that damage amongst all minions. However, if a horde happened to be here and that has 3 health, it would take 2 health away, but the horde would still maintain itself as a horde. Even if it drops down the number of zombies below 3, it's still considered a horde until all of the health is gone, and of course it'll continue to gain health going forward. If I have zombies and a horde in the same spot, you have to target either one. You can't, like, say, do 2 shots, one against a zombie and one against the horde. It has to be either at the horde or at the zombie. In addition to that, if you have anything that says kill X amount of zombies, you can actually say deal X amount of damage to a horde as well. So they have to be kind of separated in terms of terminology through the game. Zombies are minions, hordes are killers. Zombies also don't take additional movement from terror cards, by the way. Like I said, they're very slow. They move during the minion phase, and then that's it. They move that one time, and then you won't see them move again. Now then, let's go ahead and flip down our event for this, and we have, don't worry, we're here to help. You shouldn't have come. If the helicopter has any victims on board, discard this and draw a new event. Otherwise, place the helicopter on the landing pad, place 3 new victims in the space with the helicopter, then panic them, first as a group, then once individually. If any are adjacent to an indoor space, move them to that space. Ah, that's great. All right, so we have everybody here as 1. So now they are going to panic as a group, which I rolled a 4, which goes up over here. So now they're in this spot. And now they all panic individually as they look. So we're just going to take a roll here. 3, 5, and a 2. 1 goes back to the helipad. I guess he forgot something in the helicopter, which is really bad. 1 goes up this way. And 1 goes over here. Oh, good. Good. Let's just spread ourselves out even more. Fantastic. Well, that ends that event card already. And now we just got a space for a new one whenever it's flipped. Let's grab our walk cards. Let's walk, short rest, another walk, focus, 2 focus, and a weak attack. And let's go zombie hunting. All right, as always, I start with at least 1 focus in the beginning. Hopefully I try to bring that terror level down a little bit more. I don't want to spend too much time, but we'll see what we get. We'll use this as our dice tray for this one. You're only going to see this because we're not fighting the organism at all. Oh, that's wonderful. I don't need to do anything with the weak attack yet, but I will. So I'm going to toss both of those to make one of those a success. So we'll bring our time down to 5 and this at least down to 3. And we'll do a walk just to see how many spaces we can move and hopefully start rescuing people. We can't bring too many to the helipad or else they're just going to be sitting out there. Oh, man. All right, well, that's fun. So I'm going to take a damage, so she's down 1 health. I will move 1 out here and then lose 2 time, because regardless, you lose 2 times. So at least get myself into the hallway and get my 1 space moved. But I'm going to call it right there. I have 3 time to spend, which I'm going to grab a distraction immediately, because if I can get that horror level down as fast as I can, the better. I know there's a lot of things that raise it up quite a bit in the terror deck. Not a great first turn. That's bound to happen, but hey, what are you going to do? All right, we'll set that back to 6, and now everything moves. So the zombies are all going to move. So they'll move to the spaces with the most victims. So they'll move there. There's no exit here, so they have to move forward into this guy's space. And this one's actually just going to stay here, which is really bad because now at the end of the zombie movement, nothing gets attacked. No one does anything. but then another zombie is going to spawn in right next to this one. The space is getting very packed. I'm going to move the helicopter over here just to leave it a little out to the side. You can stand on the vehicle spot. Yeah, this guy is in for a world of trouble, especially if we draw something that involves attacking. Oh, yep, there it is. That's not good. Oh, don't forget to double tap. Oh, no. Okay, so this is really, really bad because immediately right here, right now, 2 hordes are created. First off, this zombie dies, kills that person, and a zombie goes here, and the bloodlust goes up. And then these 2 zombies right here dive on top of this one, killing this person, making a 3rd zombie, thus putting our first horde into the field. Ugh, here we go. This is going to be short. That's going to go up. That's going to go to 4. Our dark power is revealed as Super Horde. If a horde moves into a space with another horde, merge them into one horde, combining their health. If any hordes ever have 12 or more health, you lose the game immediately. That actually, I'm going to be honest with you, that may not be the worst thing ever because I could lead hordes together, combine them, and then make them just kind of knock them out a little by little. So the moon right here is represented this, and it has 3 zombies in that horde. And this poor soul right here who happened to come in from our first event is now also eaten. Poor guy, and a zombie would normally go there. But this is going to be hard. Now, again, this is all at the end of the killer phase, technically. This is not the end of the killer phase yet, but I'm just doing this now so I don't forget later as another horde forms. Move that up a little bit, and we'll put this one right here. I believe these are upside down, but that's okay. I'm not really too worried about it. 3 zombies in that one. Oh, man, what a start. Technically, this bloodlust would have went up 1 more, so now we got to draw another event card. Please just say all things die or do something. Chow time, dinner. All right, so a special meeple comes out. The victim nearest to the kitchen is now the chef during upkeep. If you and the chef are in the kitchen, take either gain a health or, okay. So if either of us are in the kitchen, then it's either, I can either gain a health or the horror goes down by 1. If the chef leaves to play, blah, blah, if he's killed, oh, great. All right, well, this guy is now the chef. So there we go. And now that we did that, we're going to do the tedious thing of finishing up that tarot card by panicking all of our victims. We'll start with the ones outside. All right, so we'll start with these 2 right here. We rolled a 6 and a 2, which is here, and you're in there. I did you, so we'll roll for this guy a 3. So you're in with these 2. Let's roll for these 2. It's a 1 and a 4. So 1 goes to the tool shed. So they just kind of swap places. All right, so we'll do these 2 over here, which is a 5 and a 3. 5 is down this way, and 3 is in the hallway right here. So we got these 4 right now. We'll do this one in the hallway, which is a 1. 1 puts you here. We'll do this one next to these 2 zombies. 4, which does move you in this. We'll do this guy. Oh, come back here. That is a 1. Again, they just swap places. And the last one here in the radio room goes to 2, which they're like, hey, what's that sound? Oh my God, it's a horde of zombies. Holy jeez, that was terrible. That was a terrible, terrible round. Oh no, okay. Now it's the panic phase. And any space with, as long as somebody died, if the space has a space with a victim in it and zombies, they panic. So it doesn't matter where they are, as long as there's a victim in the space with zombies and someone had died, then they panic. So just this one person panics, maybe they see that and they're like, hey, maybe I should get out of here. Yeah, good idea. Back to the radio room. You might want to lock the door and keep yourself in there, buddy. My God, that was an awful turn. That was an awful, awful turn. We need to be in the kitchen for me to be doing any of that other stuff. But yeah, let's walk. Let's walk to the kitchen and hopefully be able to just kind of grab them in there. There's only one way in or out of the kitchen, but if I can bring both of them in here and just kind of focus up and relax, maybe on the next turn, I'll run and try to save some people. Come on, star. There it is. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so just one space. So I'm gonna move here. I'm actually gonna take both of these victims in here with me and just leave them there. You guys just get cooking and do all that other good stuff. All right, so that's at 5. I'm gonna now play a distraction in order to maybe make some noise on the other end of the field. and lead zombies away from us. Please, something? It's something, I guess. I'd rather have been 2 down, but that's all right. But we do gain our time back right there, and I'm gonna go ahead and just play my last focus. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll roll 2 stars and I'll gain 2 time and it'll go down 1 more. Come on, Constance, you got this. Come on, girl. Yes! Oh yeah, it's rolling them 6s. Hoorah! All right, so I'm definitely gonna be buying some sprints for sure. So 1, 2, and now we're gonna end our turn right there, because at least we know in the beginning of the upkeep phase, we're gonna be in the same room with the chef, and I'd rather just move down to 1 so I have 3 dice to work with. All right, so we're gonna move a lot. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards right here. We have 8 to spend. I'm using 4 immediately to buy both of these sprints. There's not enough zombies in the cold area in order to justify getting the ski dozer yet. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the other distraction and I'm gonna grab fly faster, because I'm gonna make sure to get as many people into the helicopter this turn as I can. Actually, you know what? I can't, because victims will not follow me into a space with a horde, because that's considered a killer. I need to, you know what? I'm gonna put the distraction back. I'm actually gonna grab this Furious Strike, because I may go into that spot with the horde and then just do my best to hit them. All right, we'll just put 1 focus and 1 distract back and see what we can do on our next turn. But now everyone moves. Okay, minions are gonna go first. So they're actually, these 2 guys, we'll have them, oh no, they have to move down. So they're now in the hallway, these 2. So that's just the zombies. Problem is now hordes are going to start moving, and they move and they attack, which is awful. So I'm going to have this guy follow them into the radio room, and unfortunately, this horde is going to kill this and thus increase the health of that by 1. So that's up and that's up. Oh man, this is terrible. And then there's more guys over this way, so we're going to go up here and they're going to eat you. Maybe I should have grabbed that ski dozer or whatever. And now you have now gone up 1 as well. Yep, another health, another up, and there goes my 3 dice. Oh joy. I forgot that walk. That walk was on the table as well. All right, all bad things aside, you know what else I forgot to actually spawn another zombie. So that goes here. And now we go to the tarot cards, which is gonna be awful. Oh, there's no more room in hell. There's no more room in this frozen hell. Increase the terror by 1, so now it is at 4. If there's at least 1 horde in play, panic all victims. Start working our way through this. 6, you don't move. We got 2 over here, 1 and 1, so they retreated back in the air. That's actually a smart move. Smart move. What are you gonna do? You're a 2, so you're down here with the 1 zombie, but at least you'll be able to get moved. This guy is a 5, he's outside. This one in the hallway is a 5. To the lab. This one is a 4, you're over here. This one is a 5, it's just swapping places. And we'll do these 2 at a 5 and a 5. And they're like, nope, we're gone, we're out of here. And I'm like, I don't blame you. So, all right, let's start seeing what we can gather up, see if we can get as many people. If I can get these 2 down to the helicopter, that'll be great, because then I can launch that out of here. We could attack that one out and then maybe get up here and take out the horde. All right, here we go. We're gonna sprint it up. I was thinking about using my focus, but I'll be honest with you, I'd rather just kind of run and do what I gotta do, because the horror gauge is at 4 and who knows how much worse it's going to get. As long as it doesn't get to the red, I'll be okay. But my first goal is to try to get these guys out of here, because if I can get 3 victims saved, I'll actually be in a really good position. 3 out of her 5 abilities would be great. I need just any success. All right, I'm gonna toss the focus and the short rest right here. So now I have a success, lose 1 time, moving up to 2 spaces, 1, 2. You 2 are gonna come with me. We are outside now, and we flipped this, and we did not find the vehicle. So now these, the snowplow thing is in one of these 3 spots. Let's go ahead and run again, because at least I'll get all 3 into the spot with the helicopter on a single basic success. Come on, just 1 star, 1 star, please, 1 star, 1 star. Beautiful, there it is. All right, fantastic. Down to 4 time, we've moved into here. We'll flip this over. Nope, the vehicle isn't there either. And then we'll move into here, flip this over. Okay, so the snowplow is here, which is fantastic. Now, we're a bit crowded, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna move this. I get to remove this as well, because we know where it is. First thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna send these 3 and the helicopter over to the pad. The zombie is here, the snow thing is here. And because we revealed it, we actually get this in our hand immediately, which honestly is a really good thing. So, helicopter is at the Arctic station right now, and we have 3 passengers on it. I think I'm going to definitely get that fly faster card in order to get the helicopter out, because it needs to land here for me to save all 3 of these victims. So our goal is to kill zombies. That is the main thing. So I'm actually going to use the weak attack right now in order to just deal 1 damage to the zombie and get rid of it. Then I'm gonna immediately follow up with the ski dozer and hopefully get a 2-star, because if I get a 2-star, I can ram it up forward and kill that entire horde in 1 fell swoop. But let's just see what we do here with this, because I could miss and completely end my turn. That wouldn't happen, right? No way that would happen. Oh, it almost happened. Oh, well, I take a damage. That zombie fought back. Constance goes in here, a little bit of fight, but the zombie does bite the big one and come off the board, which is good. Now, I am here with the ski dozer. I can play the card on a single move. We go forward and do 3 damage to a horde at most, which is not good because it's a 4 health, so I would need to kill all of them. So it would still have 1 health. The issue then is that the horde would attack me and would do 4 damage to me, because no matter the size of the horde, it will always do the damage that's listed on the side here and have that much movement in order to get either to the final girl or to the closest victim, always prioritizing victims for zombies. I do have a Furious Strike in my hand that could be used to kill that last zombie, so see what we get. Looks like that's what we're doing. Okay. So we're going to take this in, we're going to roll it on up, boom, 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 and because we only have 1 star, we're able to kill 3 zombies, which just takes away 3 health from that horde. I'm not chancing it. Let's go ahead and Furious Strike, because at least then I can move the terror gauge down 1 and end my turn immediately right there. I have 3 time left, by the way, because I did move it down 1 for using the ski dozer, and all right, whatever, that's fine. That's all I needed was 1 damage anyway, so this horde is actually defeated. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I did that. That's crazy. This is taken out, so that's good. We do lower the horde gauge by 1, but my turn immediately ends, which is fine anyway, because I was going to end it anyway. Wow, that was quite a bit played and quite a bit done, but we still got a lot of zombies running around in there. With 3 to spend, definitely taking the fly faster for 1. I got a walk and a focus. I'm actually just going to take the 2 close calls. I'm going to get them in my hand just to have stuff to toss if I need anything for conversions. But that's all I got. I have a walk in my hand as well, so I'll be able to use that. 1, 2 sprints, and the rest are here. Oh boy, oh boy. All right, well, with that said and done, we have reached the end of our turn right here. I've already done all the purchasing, so now the zombies are going to shamble right here. And then this guy is actually going to come in as well to the lab. And because of that, he's going to find that guy and rip him to shreds. And all of them are actually going to rip him to shreds. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, 3 added to this. Okay, so that's 7 health for that particular horde that is now rummaging through the station and just going crazy eating people. If this ever hits 12, we immediately lose, and the bloodlust does go up by 1. I'm not bothered putting any of the victims in that dead space, because technically they all become zombies anyway. So they're dead, but are they dead? Kind of, they are. They're undead, but it is what it is. All right. Okay. We'll be dead by morning. You choose 1, 2 horror, or increase the bloodlust by 1, and then I can choose 1 to panic myself or all victims. This is pretty much the horde moves, so it's going to move somewhere, and then anybody outside takes a frostbite token, and the helicopter moves 1. We're going to play it. We're going to go up here with the bloodlust, and we're going to draw an event. We're going to say that you're gone out of here because you're going to be rescued sooner than later. Pair up. Remove all victims that are alone in a space from the board and place them 2 at a time in the following locations until no rooms are left. Kitchen, radio room, rec room, lab. If there's an odd number of victims, add 1 new victim before placing the final 2. All right, so we tripled up down here, so I think this is fine because it just talks about more than one. So 1, 2, adding a new one for 3 and 4. And I think I got to do it in the order, so this is bad. So those 2 go there, and these 2 go in the radio room. That's too close to a horde that already has a lot of zombies on it already. Okay, well, we did that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to panic all victims. I mean, I could panic myself, and that'll actually save a lot of them, but then those 2 are still in trouble. I'm going to panic myself. I'm going to panic myself because me moving 1 space is a lot better than everybody moving some random space. I mean, these guys may not even move out of there, but they could jump into the hallway. These guys could come out here and start getting frostbite. 1 to 4, yeah, it's very possible that they all could. These guys could actually run back into the room with the zombies because who knows where they came from. Like, it's just crazy because that's just the order. It was kitchen, radio room, rec room, lab. So I went by that order because that's how it was on the card. So I'm going to panic myself. A 3. All right. And so I'm actually right here. That's actually really good. Very happy with that because then I might be able to get in here and save them. And I am the only one right now that has a frostbite token on them. Now the horde moves into the radio room, but it does not attack. The card says that there is no attack to it. I got my, frostbite token, and now we get to move the helicopter 1 space. And now it is in the air on its way to the Arctic airport, which I may be able to land that when it comes to the next turn. Wow, this is getting, there's a lot that happens in these turns. What is that? That's turn 3. Man, this thing went crazy all of a sudden. All right, so back to our turn right now. The second we go indoors anywhere, we lose our frostbite token, which is great. I have 2 walks. I am going to focus. We'll do a focus first, just so I can hopefully, I don't think I'm going to get the 2, but even just moving the terror down a little bit more is going to help. Oh, and I forgot to spawn a zombie right here too. That's just what happens at the zombie's turn. When zombies spawn in, they actually will ignore the walking icon on a terror card. So that's why that one is just going to stay on the helipad until the helicopter gets back. Oh, good thing I bought those 2 close calls. It's like I'm either losing 2 cards in 1 time or 1 time in 2 cards. I don't know. I'm just going to toss them both. It's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I do lose a time, which is fine, but this now goes down to 2. Based on where I am, I would like to kind of fly faster and hopefully get that helicopter to the Arctic airport, possibly even back on its way here. I don't know. I haven't been rolling great at all this entire game. It feels, finally something good. Oh, all right, you go here. So now we're at the airport. It does go ahead and all 3 of these get saved at once, and then we can start making the copter's way back over. All right, so first things first, that cook is going to give me the top item card of any one of the item decks. I'm going to be taking the Alaskan Malamute right now because if a zombie walks into my spot or even a horde, it'll do 1 damage to it, which is awesome. So Puppy is mine. Puppy's going to save me like you wouldn't believe. I'm going to take an action card worth 2, and that's actually going to be a search card. That is going to come to my hand because we are right next to the tool shed. So with that, let's go ahead and, let's move 1 space right into the shed. Just put Puppy right over here. We'll move into the shed and we lose our frostbite because we were here. Hey, everybody, how's it going? What's happening? We're just going to go ahead and do 1 thing, searching, which is awesome. That will cost that. Tool shed shows the roller skates on top. I don't want that. Those roller skates are kind of cruddy and they actually reduce my movement by 1 out in the snow, which is terrible. I don't know why those are even in there. Oh, sweet. Luck is turning, my friends. It's turning. All right, so we got the roller skates that we know are in the tool shed, and the other item that is below that is, we're taking the axe. 100% taking the axe, 2-handed item. That's great. We're going to put the roller skates on the bottom of the tool shed. That makes sense. Makes sense that an axe is in a tool shed. All right, so we have a 2-handed weapon, which is awesome. And we have a dog, which is even better. We're at 4 time. I do have 2 walks in my hand, but I'm gonna hold on to those. Let's go ahead and end our turn. I'm gonna grab a focus, and I'm actually gonna grab the ski dozer as well, because I know that more zombies are gonna start showing up in the snow. So good to have this in order to start mowing them down. These, the whole thing is mine. I don't know why I just grabbed the one. All these zeros are mine. All right, the search we use, fly faster, is right here. We got our only 0 for a focus and our close calls. All right, good. Oh boy, oh boy. So with it being as high as it is, this moves up and 2 zombies start coming in to our area. Yeah, this is why we need the ski dozer, by the way. Does not form a horde because that's it. Actually, this one right here panics first because it doesn't have anything directly next to it. 3, all right, so it went up to the ski dozer anyway. Perfect. So that's that, that's that, that's that. Now, they only going to focus on one. Mind you, it's 7 damage against one of these guys. It's going to surround the poor soul here and just destroy him one by one. And he is now a zombie. Oh boy. All right. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right there. And we have now reached the top. Whenever this bounces, I put another zombie on every horde. So I need to start figuring out what to do with this sooner than later. We haven't even flipped the card yet. This could be even worse. Oh, they just keep coming, spawning away. Oh, great. Let's bring back this because these 2 are joined by 2 more, thus creating another horde out here of 4 zombies. So I do just want to point out that these little tokens right here that show zombies are what naturally come within the vignette. These are what you have. I just have the minis as well. You would use hearts over here to represent how much health the horde has, but I like this better. This is more fun in order to be like, hey, this is how many zombies are traveling together as a pack. Now, if this ever meets up with this, that's an immediate game over. Okay, so with that said and done, we're definitely going to need, I'm actually going to focus. We're going to focus right now, so this way, hopefully I can roll 3 dice. I was about to roll 3 dice already because I got over do I want to toss? I think I do. I'm going to take my short rest on my walk and I'm going to toss both of them in order to do the best result. So this is at 6, this is now at 8, and now I get to roll 3 dice. All right, I forgot to panic this guy. Let me do that really quickly. A 1, which sends him to the lab. Not that it matters because this horde is going to eat him next turn anyway. All right, I gotta just use all the cards in my hand in order to try to get rid of these guys. So first we're gonna do is we're gonna walk, and we're gonna see about hopefully getting to that space with this zombie in it and taking them out. All right, here we go. Let's see. 3 dice is better than 2, obviously. We get to move 1 space. Problem is I have 2 cards in my hand. I would love to move the 2 spaces to get on the ski dozer spot and then take that to kill, but I'd have to use my ski dozer in order to do it. So we're not gonna do that. We'll move the 1 space, we'll take 1 less time, and I'm just gonna leave it right there for right now. With 7, I'm gonna definitely get, when my focus comes back, I'm gonna grab 1, so then I have 6 remaining. Do I want both sprints or just 1 sprint? That's 4. Let me grab 2, I have 4 left. Could grab this Furious Strike, and between this and the axe at maximum damage, I would be able to take out that horde if I roll well with my 3 dice. I do have a bunch in my hand in order to toss as well. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So that's my 7. And it's just free ones right here, and that is that. All right, what's also awesome is that now that it's the minion's turn, this zombie, well, first a zombie spawns into here, and they actually combine with that horde. So really the horde now is at 5 health. This zombie will move into our spot, and Char over here will go in and bite, killing it as soon as it enters in, which is awesome. That was the point of the dog all along. Now, this horde is going to move over here, find a nice tasty meal that's been running away from him, and munch it up, just all types of disgustingness. We'll remove that and add another one here. So that's at 9. I need to go and do something about that soon because, I mean, there's 3 victims on the field for sure, but it's going to start going towards those 2, in the kitchen very soon. And these guys now also will do the same. So it's going to be 1, and they have a movement of 2, so they're going to shamble 2 spaces over to me. Oh, you know what's the problem? Oh, no. Oh, I just realized what I should have done. Okay, we're going to retcon something really quickly. Furious Strike, I'm not buying because, duh, they move into my spot to hit me. So I'm going to use 4 for Retaliate. That's what I'm going to be doing. All right, well, at least I could do this. That does 1 damage because of the dog. Mind you, Char, also, next time you take damage, ignore it and discard this card instead. Maybe I just say hands off the chess piece, but then I lose my dog. And I don't want to lose the dog. I want to play Retaliate, negate all the damage, and then get rid of it. No, we're going to say hands off the chess piece. That's what I did. I bought this fair and square. This is in my hand. So now the zombie attacks me on that, and poor Char, my beautiful, beautiful Malamute, husky, beautiful, beautiful dog, jumps in front, and we lose our poor puppy. However, because it will be our turn, we are not going down without a fight. We are going to knock their blocks off with that axe. Revenge to the puppy, for sure, unless we take... Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, oh, goodness. Do not remove any frozen tokens during the next upkeep phase. There's none on the board, so that's fine. 2 events go down. Oh, no. That's bad. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. All right, we did pair up already, so this is just going to be like, hopefully maybe something here goes our way. What's up, Doc? Choose a victim. The victim is now the doctor. If you're in the same room as the doctor during the upkeep phase, heal yourself 2. If the doctor is killed, the bloodlust goes up by 1. I'm pretty sure I think somebody died, and I forgot to move the bloodlust up as well, so that's really not a good thing either. It's going to be over soon. When moving outside, all your moves are panicked. You may spend 1 time to reroll as many times as you wish and can afford. Oh, no. Well, it's honestly not really going to matter too much at this point, because if this horde manages to completely overwhelm me and I have no health left, then it's game over. So, 6 damage coming at me. 1, 2, 3. That, as they say, is that. We have collapsed into the snow and have become a bloody snow cone for the zombies. The horde of frozen undead has overwhelmed you. Now your body is just left out, rotting in the cold. I really thought we had him. I really was getting confident to the point where we would be able to survive it, because there wouldn't be enough victims on the field for that one horde in order to get to that number, and we may be able to go in and kind of like hit and run in order to slowly knock down their numbers and be able to take it out that way. But too many victims died too fast in order to build up that bloodlust gauge, and then of course it just was not rolling in my favor. It looked like I was getting a lot of good rolls, but honestly, things weren't really working too well for me because I was getting rid of too many things. It was also going really fast. This one is much faster in terms of gameplay, at least in my opinion, compared to the feature films in general. I feel like The Birds was the same way as well, Terror from Above, that it didn't take me all of it in order to actually get a conclusion or an ending or anything along that ways. In any event, I did just want to point out really quickly, the finale that would have been flipped otherwise would have pretty much screwed us over regardless. They've all been bitten. The minions will move all zombies before, so all the zombies would move on the board and they would attack. And then, of course, the hordes would move and attack at that point. When this card is revealed, replace each remaining victim on the board with a zombie. If there are no victims, spawn zombies. So it's just pretty much, that's it. As soon as the finale was revealed, if there was any survivors at all, including those 3 that were in the shed together, they would have all become zombies. That would have been a horde, and then who knows what else would have happened at that point. Yes, the dark power would have combined hordes together, but all of that power and like health in one spot wasn't going to really do me any good, because if it hit 12, as I mentioned before, that was it. It's an interesting one. I really like the vignettes. The vignettes are fun because they add, as all killers and everything do, a new mechanic to the game, but it's also just fun seeing a very small contained adventure in something like this, and just all the different stories and fun things that can come out of it. 2 things before wrapping it up. I want to talk about the minor dark power that the zombies have. It's really sad. Mom, is that you? Oh my goodness. If a victim would panic, instead move it towards the closest enemy. When 3 zombies or 1 horde has been killed and placed on this card, remove this card from the game. It's attracting people to the zombies because it's like, oh my God, it's a family member. It's a loved one. What happened to you? You're going to go to them and then they bite you and they kill you. That is awful. It's a perfect storytelling card right there between not only what it does, but the title as well. I don't even think there's not even any flavor text on it. You don't need it. That's all that is there. That's perfect for that. Crazy. And then I want to talk about Constance's ultimate ability as well. So I'm just going to talk really quickly like this. So if you need to skip this, you don't want to know what her ultimate power is and everything, skip to the end of this section and you don't have to see it. 1, 2, 3, flipping this over. Constance's special ability is you may use any weapon in your hand from range 0 to 2, and then victims also increase health. That means the axe that I was carrying around that did 2 additional damage, added with a weak attack for 3, I would have a 3-hit attack at range 0 to 2. She must be a psychic or something like that using telekinetic powers, because I know Julia, I believe, is a vampire or something along that ways, and she uses victims on the field in order to power her up. And that's just their characters as they were from the Dark Quarter. So it's cool seeing the characters in this game and how they like kind of interpret it and everything. And they are their characters here as they are there. I would love to see more crossovers like this in the future. Other games that maybe like Van Ryder has, you have hostage negotiator characters that you can bring into this because you own that. So why not? And then just other types of final girls that you can bring in that way to like really kind of cross-promote different games and everything like that. I thought that was really cool. I thought that was a fun thing. She does not have a special weapon. She does not have an envelope. She does not have a mini. And unfortunately, her and Julia did not get either of those as well during Series 3. Agnes and Layla did. So once I get those, I'll play them in a game in the future. That means in order not to miss any future Final Girl action or any other fun video I happen to put out for you to enjoy, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there are lots of ways to do that down in the description section below. Members and Patreons will get these earlier, so you'll be able to see them and watch them before anybody else. You'll have extra voting power when it comes to voting, and then maybe other things that I have coming out in the future as well. I really have no idea what 2025 is going to bring with that, but you don't want to miss that at all. If you don't want to do that, that's also fine as well, because honestly, your view, your like, your share, your comments, subscribing, I'd love to know where you share these to, honestly, what websites and everything you're sending these off and everything. That goes a long way to helping the channel grow and is something I am very, very much appreciated to for each and every one of you. Thank you guys so, so much. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever. Gaming together, whether it be in the cold winter snowy area or a nice sunny beach. Can you imagine that being a setting? We have a desert coming up in Series 3, but I'd love it to be like a beach setting or a resort setting. You know, you have some pretty interesting, weird, quirky B-movie horror movies that take places on resorts. So I can see that happening at some point. Regardless of anything like that, no matter where you are, no matter what we're doing and everything, we look out for each other, we take care of each other, and we make sure we are all safe and have a great, great holiday ahead of us. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next one.